Welcome, Shmuel, to another great episode of Growth Through Positivity. We're excited here to have you on as a guest.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Please take a moment to introduce yourself, sharing your first and last name, and a little bit of what it is that you do.
Sure. My name is Shmuel Reichman. I am a rabbi. I am an author. I'm a speaker. I run a business, which is essentially a thought leadership business designed to inspire and empower people to become their best selves. I have master classes, online courses, social media presence, and I coach and consult leaders, CEOs, authors, high performers, and people who are trying to achieve the extraordinary.
Excellent. And let's just share here with the audience really quick. I met you a couple of months back at a seminar, and I was wowed and shocked on the presentation, the content, the engagement, the stage presence, everything about it, that we got to build a relationship actually from that one time right there. So if you've ever seen Shmuel's name on a panel, you want to make sure to be at that event because it will change your life. Make sure to be there because we built a great relationship and we look forward to taking this to the next level. As a matter of fact, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that right here on this channel. So being that you are in so many different arenas, different areas, different entities, scale it down for us a little bit in the sense of how do you prioritize? How do you split your time a little bit? Maybe for those that are listening that also multitask or wear multiple hats, what would your solution or suggestion be for someone to be as productive as you are?
So that is actually a really interesting question. Like if you look at it on paper, it looks like I'm doing everything at the same time, right? So I'm very young. Baruch Hashem, I have lots of degrees. So I spent a lot of time in university. I went to OIU, I got smicha, I got a master's in education, a master's in Jewish thought, went to Harvard, getting a PhD at the University of Chicago, I got certified as a coach. I spend 99% of the time outside the classroom when I was getting those degrees. And I wrote one book. I'm in the middle of 3 more. I have 2 master classes. I have 4 more scheduled to record. I speak. I do all these different things. It looks like I'm scatterbrained and all over the place, but I'm actually the exact opposite. I'm an immersive thinker. I'm an immersive writer. I'm an immersive speaker. Everything I do, I essentially pocket out very specific, large amounts of time, and I get into a flow state. So I'm not doing like 15-minute pockets of time, an hour here, 15 minutes there, kind of fabricate it. Like I don't want to fragment my mind and allow myself to be everywhere because then you don't achieve a high level quality of performance. So everything that I do in a very obsessive, immersed way. Like you see music behind me. Like when I taught myself music, I took 3 months where the focus of my day was teaching myself music, building, creating, and then I'd have pockets of time where I would write, where I would essentially immerse myself in that field. When I taught myself public speaking, I would immerse myself in the world of public speaking, studying all the best speakers. When I wanted to become a coach and a consultant, I spent 6 months just immersed in that area. When I wanted to become a writer, I was literally incompetent when it comes to writing. Like I loved speaking, but I couldn't write for the life of me. So I spent months focusing on building that skill. And if you really think about it, right now you are where you are based on your natural talent and your skill. But there are people who spent 50 years developing one skill, which means that if you spend a couple weeks immersed in anyone's lifetime, and if you go for the greats, as in if you immerse yourself within the mind and achievement, learn their works, listen to their lectures, watch their videos, you can essentially accumulate a lifetime of information, knowledge, and skill in a couple of weeks and add it to your repertoire. So that's essentially what I do. I'm a very immersive thinker, very immersive person. I'm not all over the place, but I just kind of add skills and add aspects to my life one at a time. And honestly, it is probably the most significant contributing factor to whatever I'm able to do in the public sphere, because if you become a lifelong learner and you fall in love with immersive learning, it literally changes your life. So no one's actually asked me that, and it's one of those things where it's kind of like the secret behind why I do what I do and how I do it is I'm literally in love with learning. And that's
so there you go. You just shared the secret behind the sauce, and it's right here on our podcast. So for those that are listening, you're going to hear golden nuggets and inside information that hasn't been shared anywhere else. But I want to follow up with that. From when you graduated high school, I want to go back all the way to that point until today. At what point did you know that you're going to get to accomplish all these different specific entities? Or was it when you graduated one, you tapped on the other, or you emerged, as you call it, and you recognize that there's another hidden talent or another skill that I want to exercise or embrace? Take us through that in like 60 seconds of what that looked like.
It's not a 60-second question, but it's an amazing question. So the answer is, number one, I'm not talented at anything, right? So I was never the best at anything, was not the best in my class, wasn't the best at sports, wasn't the best intellectually, spiritually. I have no natural talent. I have an element of talent, but not one of those like ilus that like I was destined for greatness. Number two is, like everyone asks, like, when did you know your purpose? When did you achieve this? When did you know you're going to do this? I always say that the purpose of life is to go on the journey of finding your purpose. You'll never have it. You'll never know it. You'll never be there. You'll never be done. It's an endless journey of exploration, creation, self-exploration, self-discovery, etc. Number two, I know we're very short, so I'm trying to speed this up, is that I had a breakdown moment when I was 17 where my life fell apart. I was going through near-death experiences. We're not going to get into that right now. But I went on the journey of devoting my life to seeing what I was capable of. That was it. Everything, it started with Gemara, then Gemara Be'in, and then medical halacha, then philosophy and psychology and music and business and entrepreneurship and speaking and writing. It just kind of went step by step, stage by stage. And the vision remained the same, the application and the evolution of the process, the details, the how, that evolved. So the why became the underlying force, the mission was clear, and the journey is really just like a seed becoming expressed, where it gets more complex, more sophisticated, starts to grow branches, starts to grow more branches. You have like a brilliant tree, but that tree just stemmed from a single seed. So same thing, human beings come from a single zygote. So the sophistication, the complexity, the details, the multidisciplinary elements, all the different aspects, it's just a very simple mission of trying to become all that I can become and help other people do it. Like that's why I coach and consult. I'm able to impact hundreds of thousands of people on a public forum, but when I'm able to work with individual leaders, people who are trying to create businesses, trying to impact the world, impact the Jewish people, I get to really personalize what I've done for myself and help them do the same thing, where they can essentially become all that they can become, learn how to monetize it, learn how to become a better leader, more confident, a better speaker, a better communicator, and to be able to have the impact and the significant meaning that everyone's searching for.
Unbelievable. It's great insights over there. I hope the audience engage with it, because I want to tap on three things, but I don't think we have enough time because this podcast is very, very short. We may come out with a whole new edition of 2-hour-long podcasts for going in depth and everything. But you touched on the fact of clarifying the vision and working on it and to achieving it and understanding your why and your mission. So, me as being today an EOS implementer, that resonates very well, because that's something that we work with our clients as well, to really tap into understanding their why and the mission and staying focused on that vision. So I can relate very, very well with that. And I hope that the audience will relate with that as well, because that's what we're here for. And we, as Orthodox Jews, know that we want to continue to always thrive and grow and take on new challenges. Challenges are not here to set us back. They're here to embrace us and 100%. To grow. So here's my next question. Where do you see Shmuel in 3 years from now? What's the big picture?
So
I'm not going to go out 5 or 10 or 30 years. Let's keep it simple.
I have a 50-year plan, but The real vision has always been to synthesize different models of leadership. So you have like the Rosh Hashiva model in Torah, like the next sefer I'm working on is a Gemara Bein sefer. Then you have the thought leadership model, people like Jordan Peterson, Tony Robbins, people who are able to essentially impact the more global, universal world of living a meaningful, growth-oriented, purposeful life. You have the Jonathan Sachs model of global Torah leadership. And you have all these different aspects. So my vision really is to continue writing svarim, giving shiurim and lectures at the highest level, building my business, helping other people build their entrepreneurship business success in the most meaningful